in the view of the circumstances going on and the anecdotal evidence, both political and legal. Let us go back. In the year, in mid-2000, I don't know if it was sometime between 2003 and 2007, there was a general elections in Uganda. Besigye actually defeated Museveni. But before the elections could be declared, Museveni, in the company of the people he called the NRM, all the generals and everybody who was with him in the bush, or the representatives of those people, came out in armed attire, in armed uniform, and with an AK-47. And it said, I came to power in Uganda through AK-47. I cannot be declared I did not win the election. Ultimately, because at that time, all the results were showing Besigye is winning. From that time, massaging of election results were done, Museveni was declared president. And there was a huge election petition that is, we read about it, Semogerere versus whatever. You get it? So when presidents say, and the presidents who have committed so many crimes, that I would want to hang on to power, and like Honorable Mutambu is saying, they are getting people like Lagat, people like Amin, the current IG, the head of NIS, okay? All these people to come and say, we have to defend this. This is the terrible signal you can be able to say. Our president is very close to, he's a political student, a protege of Yoweri Museveni. So when you see Kenya increasingly resembling Uganda more and more, you take it seriously. And therefore, when the president starts to speak in the manner in which Museveni speaks, take it seriously. I want to give you legal evidence. Currently, before Parliament, we have an amendment bill moved by Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah, the leader of majority. It is called the Office of President and Transition of Executive Power, 2025. Do you know what is the gist of that bill? The gist of that bill is this, that after IEBC declares somebody as president-elect, as duly elected, and before even the legal dispute has taken place, that person would assume all the prestige, all the protection, and everything that goes with a sitting president. What this means in simple language is that, you see, when as you wait for the coronation to take oath, you are just another politician under the constitutions of Kenya. But if they say that everybody else would effectively be answerable to you and you would be like a sitting president, this would be a coup. That an election result achieved, and you have seen how they are getting an election body that is completely one-sided. That if it declares somebody to have been duly elected, this person, from that day, and as you argue before the Supreme Court and any other argument, would have all the benefits, would have all the privileges, and you see the power. Power comes with that prestige. That the power prestige of a sitting president, helicopters, or the whole caboodle will be given to you. This is the clearest intention that as we prepare for 2025, starting with the kind of compromise IPPG that they are getting, that it is going to be messy ahead, and this is why you need people like Lagat than these compromised units that you're having. So if you take it to be just a mere statement, you cannot make a bigger mistake than that. Members of Parliament must ensure this kind of bill that is effectively overthrowing the transition mechanism of our constitution does not see the light of day. But the challenge also to lawyers, they must ensure that this is challenged because it is expressly an attempt to overthrow the constitution. It always starts with a transition. Uganda's problem, if you don't know history, constitutionally, Uganda's problem arises from 1966, when Obote was able to overthrow the constitution, and there was an internal coup. Internal coup in the transition is how all coups developed, what they are called civilian coups. They are already preparing for a civilian coup. We must be very afraid.